All right. Well, Doechii did. I almost said Dreamville Fest. Doechii did Tiny Desk,
She sure did.
and it's only been out like 4 days at the time we're recording this, and it's at already very close to 2 million views. It's 23 minutes long, and we saw it. So since you're drinking water, I'll start. Uh, the f- oh, did you want to start?
Such a daunting task, drinking water.
I was just trying to be courteous. I was
No,
trying to let you drink all the water you might need.
please start.
So,
Please. Go for it.
all right.
Fellas first.
Fellas first. And that's a shirt. Anyway, all right, listen. I thought that it was very aesthetically pleasing. I thought we have to start there.
It
Everybody
wasn't
had
it wasn't so aesthetic like the kids say.
I didn't even know they said that. But
Yeah, that's what they say. They say that's so aesthetic. They think aesthetic
um,
is the thing. They don't realize that anesthetic is multiple things.
yep, that's interesting.
It's very sad. Sorry.
The truth is there ain't no hope for the future. Nah, I'm just kidding.
I mean, we had to teach those kids that aesthetic does mean something, even though y'all want so badly for it to be like white walls and a cream couch. But anyway,
Listen, everybody was there in their schoolgirl outfits with their
yeah.
braids, with their beads,
Mm-hmm.
looking good. It was very cool to see all of the women in uniform and also an entire black woman ensemble. That was beautiful. There was every shade, every color of black, and they were all women.
Yep.
And that was really cool. And they were also what I think is a wide range of ages. Because some of them I was like, you look kind of young, and other people was like, definitely grandma. So that was cool. What? Why you
You
make
don't
that
know that
face?
for sure. Oh my god.
I mean, grandma just means you're 36 today.
Okay.
Anywho, so that's where I would like to start.
Cool.
Um, you want to jump in, or should I continue to go?
Yeah, so I think that was my favorite part. I think we know by now that Doechii will deliver, so I wasn't too worried about that. Um, but I loved what she chose to do with the set she had. I loved the braids. I loved that they all kind of coordinated with the schoolgirl outfits. I love that it was very black girl centered.
Yep.
Um, I mean, Doechii's a dark skinned black girl, so to be able to command a stage, if you will, that's so popular and so widespread across the internet, and to have the space to sit in her blackness and exist in her blackness and just exude all of the black girl that she has in her. I it's we don't see that often. You know, I as a black girl, it moved me. It did. I felt like wow. And again, to your point, different sizes, different shades,
Right.
um showing that we are not one person. We don't look like one specific thing. I thought that was beautiful. I thought that was she's very, as the kids would say, she's very black girl coded. Like everything that she does is very intentional. And if you get it, you get it. if you don't, maybe it's not for you, you
Right.
know? And I love that. So yeah, just I mean, an all women band and all women background singers, icing on the cake, and they were phenomenal.
Right.
Just to just go ahead and say that they were fantastic.
I agree. I'm trying to find a point in the. It doesn't give me the chapters of the songs. Maybe because it's still too new, or maybe they opted out of doing that.
Hmm.
I wanted to reference something, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure where. I'm not sure what song it is. Anyway, I guess I'll just explain. Um, yeah, to respond to what you said, I totally agree. It was beautiful to see that. Uh, I feel like the only thing I want to say, which had nothing to do with Doechii, was, is it me or were they showing the light skinned person way too much at one point? Shorty on the guitar, who was very into it, it felt like at one point to me, they just kept showing her, and I was like, why do they keep doing that?
Um, I'm not sure. Um, I had it on while I was working,
Okay.
so I may
I made
have.
sure to sit and watch this one.
Yeah, and I was watching it, just to be clear. I wasn't just listening, but I may not have caught the consistency of something like that
Got you.
from the way I was watching. So I'm happy to go back and look at that. But yeah, I'm not sure.
I got you.
To that.
Doechii put on a great performance. She incorporated the DJ who was her hype woman, hype
Mm-hmm.
person. There were times when you could see that this was very well rehearsed and very well put together. There were dance breaks. There were parts where she just jammed out for a minute while the chorus took over. Um, it was a great performance. You could tell Doechii loves putting on a performance,
Mm-hmm.
and that was evident here. Um, Now I'm gonna say something the opposite of what I normally say, and I don't, and I want to be clear. I'm not saying this because of hate. I enjoyed the full performance,
Mm-hmm.
but I think at one point it was like the peak of the show, the climax of the show, but then the show kept going. I think that point is something like 13, 14 minutes in.
Mm-hmm.
I think that should have been the end of the show. It's cool that she kept going. I think it was very purposeful how she ended the show, and that was a beautiful song. But I just felt like at that point we didn't need more Doechii. I feel like I'm happy to get it. I'm a fan. But if we're just simply talking about the show itself,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like you hit the height of the show and then kept going. And the show kind of started taking a downhill in energy. And maybe that was on purpose because a couple of the songs towards the end were more melodic, they were
Mm-hmm.
softer, and perhaps that was her way of showing balance. I
Yeah.
don't know. I didn't speak to her. We didn't get a chance to chat before the pod today.
Oh.
But I kind of wish it ended on the high note. That's my only criticism of the show. Um, a lot of times they're 12 minutes and you feel like, man, I wish I saw more. That's usually my complaint, that they let the good artists go for a short time period and we want more, and they should let them rock out longer instead of random artists. They let Doechii go longer, and I wish it ended at that high point because then I would constantly rewatch it.
Mm-hmm.
And for me personally, I don't think I'm going to rewatch this in its entirety because it took a very unique, a very clear dip after a certain point. Again, maybe I'm ODing and that was her way of showing balance. I just feel like we were all the way up and it was great. And then you slowly brought us down and ended it on a really cool note.
Yeah.
But I was like jamming and then it ended and it was an abrupt stop. And so that's my only criticism. She killed it. Her breath control is phenomenal. Man, it's like the way she was flowing and going in certain pockets with, like, honestly, effortlessly. I was very impressed by that. She absolutely killed it. And so even my criticism, to be clear, is not to hate on Doechii. It's just a personal preference. I just want to be clear because I know how these things go on the internet.
Yeah.
So that's it for me.
Um, I love that she can sing and rap.
Actually sing. Yep.
That's my favorite thing about her, I think, that she can sing and rap. Um,
Hmm.
and she can do it very seamlessly from one moment to the next.
Hmm.
We know some people who can sing and rap, but I don't.
They can harmonize and rap. There's a clear distinction, and I think people don't understand that.
No, there is a clear distinction. I'm not speaking about like the Drakes and Futures of the world. I'm speaking about female artists who actually can do both. So we know some of those people. Um, I'm not gonna list them, but we they exist. There's not a lot, but they exist.
Okay.
I feel like this is the first time I've seen where it just seems like it's like buttery smooth. It just goes from one to the next, and she doesn't have a challenge with it. She's not like fighting to get out of one character and get into another, if you
I think
will.
it's because she is the opposite of those people you're mentioning. The people you're mentioning rapped first and kind of learned to sing. Doechii said in an interview that she started as a singer and a dancer and later became a rapper.
Hmm. Um, yeah, so I think that she did a great job with that. I mean, I think she's super talented. I appreciate what she brings to the table in terms of um, that animated way of like she's a performer.
Yep.
She's charismatic. She just has this way about her where she engages you. She pulls you in.
Hmm.
She's not just rapping or singing, but she's telling you a story. She's a great storyteller.
Yeah.
She's drawing you in. She's making you a part of of what she's doing. Just even by having call and response in her songs where that like there's another voice that she's speaking to. I just think that there's not a whole lot of that out there right now. I think she's just so unique. Is what I'm trying to say. That's not a knock to anybody else. I just think her style is so unique that and I'm not gonna say any man's name right now, even though I could. But I think there's a way about her that we could even think of at least one person who can take us on a roller coaster ride, um can give us good story and
Mhm.
can not only tell the story but be able to illustrate the story with the intonation of their voice, with the cadence of their words. Just like that is a skill that is very hard to match.
Yeah, because she
um
studied that person. That person is her favorite artist, and she
Very
says
obvious.
publicly, I have studied this person. I look up to this person. I
Right.
really feel they're the best, and I want to be like them. And it's clear.
Right. And the only reason I'm not saying it is because we talk so much about all those other guys that I just want to give her her moment for us to talk about her on her own. But yeah, I thought it was great. I there's only one Tiny Desk that I rewatched, so no, I don't think I would watch it again. But that's not exactly. That's not in offense to anybody else. I just only watch one. That's it.
Got you.
Yeah.
Understood.
Hmm.
All right. So no criticisms, just hating ass JD. I got you.
Criticisms? No, I didn't really have any criticisms. I listen. I think the beauty of Tiny Desk is that it's it, you only have 15 to 25 minutes, which means you either gonna come correct and not fuck it up, or you gonna fuck it up.
Got you.
And I'm not saying everybody goes there and it's effortless and seamless and all of that. I didn't really have anything bad to say. I feel like if it was longer, I probably would have found, some flaws. But 23 minutes is a solid amount of time to get in there, do what you came to do, and get out with minimal damage.
Got you.